Hello friends. So my dear viewers, hope you all are fine. So today this is Dr. Sudha and I welcome you all to a new video which will be based on your Unit 4 AECC1 Environment Study and Disaster Management syllabus. Okay, and today we will discuss about the mode of transmission of your diseases, that is direct and indirect transmission methods. Okay, and what do we mean by direct and indirect transmission of your diseases. Okay, so as you all know that this is a compulsory paper for all your first semester students, BA, B.Sc and BCom students. So you have to appear to examination, one internal and another is your semester examination. So keeping these things in view, for you I have made a small attempt so through my YouTube channel, that is Environ World by Dr. Sudha. Okay, Environ World for Students by Dr. Sudha. So you can get each and every content of your AECC1 syllabus in this channel along with some important 1 mark question, previous year questions, everything you will find here. Okay, so just and for Odia medium and English medium the videos are made in separate playlist, so you can watch that. And so my dear viewers, before going to the discussion today, I would like to request you that if you are new to my channel or you are already watching my channel but till yet not subscribed my channel, so please subscribe my channel so that you will get the latest notification about my upload video, and also share among your friends so that they can be also benefited. Okay, so without any further delay, let us discuss. And if you will watch from first to last of this video, then you will be able to know about different your things like your what is disease transmission, then your modes of transmission. Okay, and then your your direct transmission, what is this, then your indirect transmission with some examples. Okay, and the in direct transmission, what are the modes of disease transmission, and so with some example we will look that matters. Okay, so let us discuss what is this. Okay, so look here. So disease transmission means what? Because we are dealing with transmission. Okay, and the types. First we will discuss what is transmission. So disease transmission means what? Transmit means it will transfer from one person to another person. Okay, so disease transmission is the passing of a communicable disease from an infected host individual or group to a conceptic individual or group, regardless of whether the other individual was previously infected or not. Okay, so the modes of transmission of diseases are, I told you, that direct transmission and indirect transmission. So transmission is a process by which a pathogen spreads from one host to another. So host means what? Host means the body inside which the virus or the pathogen stay. Okay, that is host. So from one host to another host. So diseases or infections are transmitted in many ways. It may be directly transmitted from one person to another or by certain bacteria, viruses, protozoa or fungi. Okay, so there are two different modes of transmission of diseases, like direct transmission and indirect transmission. So how direct transmission takes place? So this occurs when the pathogen is transmitted directly from an infected person, and for example we can say if an open wound comes in contact with the blood of a hepatitis B infected patient, then the wounded person might contact the disease. Okay, this is the direct transmission process. Then what is the indirect transmission? Indirect means when the pathogen are not transmitted directly from the infected person but through vectors such as flies, mosquitoes, ticks, dogs, etc. It is known as indirect transmission. Means there should be a medium of transfer of the virus or pathogens. Okay. So direct transmission occurs through different modes like person to person, droplet transmission, then spread by skin, then spread through body fluids or blood. Okay. So person to person. So when an infected person comes in contact with or exchanges body fluids with a non-infected person, then your one healthy man will be affected by the same disease or by the virus which the infected person have. Okay. So a mother can transmit infections to the unborn child via a placenta. Okay. So a sexual transmitted disease such as gonorrhea can be transmitted by direct transmission. And droplet transmission, what is that? So droplet transmission, you have heard during the COVID pandemic period, that during the COVID period when someone sneezes or someone when talks, so droplet comes to the nearby regions or atmosphere. So the droplet spread during sneezing, speaking and coughing by an infected person can spread infections, and the infections can also spread by touching the nose and mouth with the hands contaminated with infectious droplets. So the droplets are so minute that it is very teeny particles, means they are very smallest in size, so that they cannot be easily detectable or we cannot see it in our open eye. So they travel only a short distance before falling. So the people nearby might contract infections and then spread by skin. So third method is spread by skin. So there are a few infections such as chickenpox, and then your conjunctivitis, head lice, then ringworms, which spread when the skin of an infected person comes in contact with the skin of the other person. Okay. Then the fourth one is spread through body fluids or blood. So a few diseases spread when the body fluids or blood of an infected person come in contact with the mucous membrane or bloodstream of an uninfected person. Then diseases such as hepatitis, HIV, cytomegalovirus infections, etc. spread through semen and vaginal fluids, then saliva, breast milk, urine, etc. So this occurs through body fluids or blood. So look here the picture. So here by your shaking hands, it is a direct contact through which your disease goes to a healthy person from this infected person. Okay. As occurred during the COVID pandemic period, for which we were being advised to not to shake hand with other persons because the other side person may be infected by COVID-19 virus, isn't it? So shake hand was totally banned because through this your transmission of viruses can occur. So look here, this is the best example of your droplet transmission. So how the very smallest particles, they are coming to the nearby surrounding or to the atmosphere by the this sneezing or by at the time of speaking. Okay. So next is your indirect transmission. So indirect transmission can occur through airborne transmission, then contaminated objects, then vector-borne disease, then food and drinking water, then transmission through animals. So in these ways your indirect transmission takes place. So you know that some infectious agents remain suspended in the air for a long period of time. So these pathogens might attack the immune system of a person in contact, isn't it? So if you enter a room that was initially occupied by a patient of measles, you too might catch the infection. There is every possibility of catching of that infection because there will be the virus in the air. Okay. Then the contaminated objects. So the objects around us carry pathogens. Touching the infected objects which were initially used by a diseased person might render us diseased. Then contaminated blood and medical supplies can also spread infections. So next, third is your vector-borne diseases. So some infectious agents are transmitted by the blood-sucking insects, and the insects feed on hosts such as birds, animals and humans and carry infectious agents from them. These infections are transmitted to some new host, and malaria and Lyme disease are the two vector-borne diseases. Okay. Then through food and drinking water. So improperly canned and undercooked food is the main source of infections. If we will cook, we will consume the food which is halfly cooked or undercooked, then there may be every chance of attack of virus. Okay. So water also carries various pathogens from rivers and lakes. So it should be boiled or treated before use. So E. coli is transmitted through contaminated food which causes various stomach problems. So E. coli is nothing but a your virus, E. coli, bacteria, Escherichia coli, its full name. So it is transmitted through contaminated food. So means if we will uptake or consume the food which is of very bad quality or it is prepared before 2-3 days, then that will be harmful for your body. So which causes various stomach problems, and your botulism is caused by the consumption of improperly canned food. That cholera is one waterborne disease, as we all know, which has affected millions of people consuming contaminated water. Okay, so these are the diseases spread by your by consumption of your foods or unhygienic, unhealthy food and water. Then transmission through animals. So when an infected animal bites or scratches against a person, it transfers the infectious agents to the person, and these agents can also be transmitted through animal waste. So when diseases are transferred from animals to people, then zoonosis occurs, and you must have heard one disease at the before few years, that is anthrax. Okay, and rabies, which spread from dogs, and anthrax from sheep. Then plague. Okay, these are some diseases transmitted from animals to humans. Okay, so pregnant women and people with weak immune system are more prone to infections. Okay, so this is a best picture showing the indirect transmission of your communicable disease. So you see here these are the points shown, that inside this circle shown in round mark, red round mark. Here someone have used this chair, and he has put his hand or her hand above this chair handle, hence virus is there. So when some healthy people will again sit in this chair, and he will put his or her hand over this chair handle, and then he or she will take its hand to the mouth, then the healthy person will be affected by the same disease which the previously seated people have. Okay, then all these are these things. Okay, so now let us see some examples so that you can understand it properly. So first digit transmission, then how it is transmitted means modes of transmission, then digit cost means example. So direct transmission, that is through spread through droplet, then spread by skin, spread through blood or body fluid, then person to person. Okay, so spread through droplets is your cold cough, then your conjunctivitis, chicken pox, okay, or your first spread through droplets, example is your cold and cough. Then spread by skin, your conjunctivitis and chicken pox, okay. These are two examples of transmission of disease by skin. Then spread through blood or body fluid, as you all know, HIV and hepatitis. So hepatitis are of different types like A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Then person to person, like your gonorrhea, it is transferred from one person to another person. Then indirect transmission, it is through airborne transmission, as I discussed earlier, that airborne transmission, contaminated object, then vector-borne disease, then your transmission through food and your water, okay, then your transmission through animals, then environmental factors, okay. So airborne transmission is through measles and influenza, then contaminated objects, cold, syphilis, then vector-borne transmission, malaria, Lyme disease, then transmission through food and water, that is cholera, diarrhea, then transmission through animals, that is rabies, anthrax, then some environmental factors like hookworm, legionnaires disease, etc. Okay. So these were the mode of transmission of your different types of contaminated diseases along with example. So these were all for today's class, and I hope you all are able to learn this and understand it properly. If you have any doubt at any point, any moment, you can message me, okay, and so that I will again try to clarify this your doubts, okay. So with this I will leave this online platform. So before leaving this, I would like to request you all to please subscribe my channel if you have not yet done it, and you have to share this channel also so that other can be benefited, okay. So I will regularly upload video for your environmental themes, okay. So thank you all, and we will meet in our another new video within very short span of time. Till then, bye bye and take care, and please subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching the video.